over Lake Huron. U.S. military shoots down an unidentified object over Lake Huron today, Sunday. So the Department of Defense confirmed it was the fourth flying object that they have found. And, you know, that's really interesting. Look at that. So it's all in the news. It's like something, look, let's see if we can get over there. You ought to look at this. Ooh, what on earth? The U.S. fighter jet downs a fourth aerial object. Notice that they did not say, notice they did not say an unidentified flying object. No, they just said it was an aerial object. It's not unidentified, it's aerial. I had a sharp pain try to go right there, and I just put my hand on there, you all. Yeah, hello. So I just now saw Biden gave the order as flight path raised concern. The Pentagon says an eight-sided object. Oh, now we have it. Eight-sided object brought down over Lake Huron in Michigan. So what has 8 sides to it? Is it an octagon, a hectagon, or a hexagon? An 8-sided object, you all. Let me see. 8-sided object. Sighted UFO. They know what it is because they didn't say it was unidentified. Look at this, you all. Right there, you all. So let's look at this. So this was yesterday. They had a cylindrical object that they shot down. And today they have shot down an 8-sided object that looked like that. An octagon. Oh, look at this, you all. We got an octagon in 1978 that was seen over Watford City, North Dakota. Think abouts. According to Watford City, North Dakota newspaper, local citizen Barb Onserd and her son Kent saw an 8-sided UFO go over their house on November the 2nd of 1978. Each witness claimed that the UFO first seen as a bright light that quickly came down from the sky like lightning, you all, in a bad storm. It passed overhead just 60 feet above the ground. So this, look at this. This has been going on for a long, long time. 8-sided, hello, Susan B. Honey. 8-sided UFO. They shot it down right here. They said right now, they said today they shot down an 8-sided object over Lake Huron in Michigan. What if it's not these planes that are shooting it down? Because they shut off the airspace. Let's look at this. On February the 12th at 4:29 p.m., a U.S. F-16 fighter jet shot down an unidentified object, but they know that it had 8 sides. It's unidentified, but it had 8 sides, you all. So how can it be unidentified if we have a record already of octagon UFO, 8-sided UFO sighting over North Dakota, November the 2nd of 1978, the UFO. They know exactly what it is, you all. They do. So the 8-sided UFO in Michigan, and what is at Michigan? Michigan, I think someone said it was a hotbed for UFOs too in that area. Was it like we went to Google Earth is what happened, and we saw, I'm trying to shut down my computer. My mind's not thinking. We went to Google Earth and we saw during the time lapse a strange occurrence over there. We did. Let me flip this over there. Let's type in Lake Huron for anybody who may not know, like Gina Honey. Lake Huron. Let's go, you all. We're going to go. Let's see if we can find Lake Huron. Ah, they shot it down right there, you all. So you see how we got it there, right there in that area. Look at that. So that's where it's located. There's Michigan. way up there, there's Indiana where I'm at, like way down here. I'm down here. Probably, maybe, ooh, wow. I'm down here, probably around in this area, and it's up there. It's not too far away. Of course, there is a UFO highway, you all, but this is heating up, so you're just going to keep hearing them. You really are going to keep hearing these UFOs getting shot down. 8-sided UFO brought down near Lake Huron. It's been brought down over the U.S. or Canada. The latest flying object was flying at a lower altitude than the alleged. You know how they said alleged? Alleged means it's not certain. Alleged Chinese spy balloon that was shot down by an F-22 on the east coast of South Carolina, and other objects targeted over Canada on Friday and Saturday. 2 people familiar with it, including Biden said he ordered the object shot down after the path altitude raised concern, including that it could be a hazard to civil aviation. He gave the order of an abundance of caution. Did somebody say that prepare for the worst because something's coming? He gave the order. The military leaders said it was detected over Michigan's Upper Peninsula at about 20,000 feet, and it was headed out over the lake. So there's probably a big UFO base in the lake, you all. They can go down in the base. They can down in the base, down in the lake. The administration had no indication that the craft had surveillance capability. It is a craft. It is some type of flying object, and they know that it's not unidentified. It's a craft. It's not a balloon this time. It's a craft. An 8-sided craft is what it is. 8-sided craft. Well, we don't have airplanes that are 8-sided, but there are UFOs that are 8-sided, and you can see this octagon shaped UFO can be seen right there too. It also cannot rule out that it had surveillance capabilities. The administration has no indication. Okay. It appeared to have a 8-sided structure with strings hanging off, but no discernible payload, you all. Now, how can we have an 8-sided structure with strings hanging off of it, you all? With strings hanging off of it, when we have back in 1978, we have eyewitnesses account of an octagon-shaped 8-sided UFO over North Dakota. So I'm sure that they didn't say this had strings hanging off of it. Okay. No, you all. They have the ability to hover. They have look at this right here. Oh, this is neat. So blue lights and a red light. The octagon over there, so you can see that. It was 40 feet across, according to this account. It was an octagon. And it passed overhead 60 feet above ground. It was moving quite slowly, 25 miles an hour. So it's classified as a nocturnal light point or extremis luminous source observed at night. So they can see that at night, but the other one they saw into the daytime, you all. So this UFO was 40 feet across with a large red light in the middle and at the bottom of the surface, and blue lights ringed the whole entire vehicle. It didn't have a tail, any nose, or propellers. After the UFO disappeared to the northeast, each of the witnesses made independent sketches, and the octagonal UFO remains a mystery. Look, no satisfactory explanation has been found. Well, this one didn't have strings attached, but this has some strings attached to it, you all. See, they had some strings hanging off of it, but no discernible payload. So they got a good image of it. They got a good picture of this 8-sided aerial object, which they called a craft, that was detected about 20,000 feet in the air. and heading out over the lake. So probably getting ready to go down into the lake to its base is what it seems like it. They maintain visual and radar tracking of it. They said we can reasonably, listen to this, you all, based on its flight path and data, we can reasonably connect this object to the radar signal picked up over Montana, according to the Pentagon. They say that the object was brought down by the U.S. Air Force and National Guard pilots. We are all interested in exactly what this object is, you all. Look at that. The U.S. has claimed, see, they say has claimed, the balloon shot down last week was part of a global surveillance program, which China has denied. So, what do you all think is happening, really? They might as well say it was the aliens. The aliens doing it? That's right. Russia is doomed due to new technology. Your last video was watching that night was last night live. Okay. So we're watching a movie. You've been eating your daily intake of popcorn. Waiting for the finale. Well, we're just getting started. We're just getting started, you all. That's right. Oh, well, you're welcome. If I happen to look down at the comments, and if I feel led to look and respond, I'll respond. I really will. But you all, there's something more going on. There really is. If we are to look at this, look, 8-sided UFO. So that would look like one. I guess that looks like, I don't know what that would look like. So could it be something like that? It's not one of these. It's not one of those. It's none of those, you all. So 8-sided, perhaps so. Look at this. They capture cubes in the sky too, you all. So who knows what other thing is going to show up. There might be something at the Super Bowl tonight. You never know. Maybe some UFOs. There was a time when the Super Bowl was stopped before because of UFO. Super Bowl and UFO. Do you ever remember that? Super Bowl, UFO stopped. They stopped the game because the UFO showed up. Is what happened, I think, long time ago. When was it? Oh, yeah. The day UFOs stopped play. The day UFOs stopped play. So 2014, look at this. Did you all hear of that? 60 years ago. Oh my gosh, 60 years ago, a football match ground to a halt when an unidentified flying objects were spotted above a stadium in Florence. Did aliens come to the earth? If not, who were they? October the 27th, 1954, in a stadium full of people. Was there a movie, you all, of UFOs showing up in the sky? And was it during like a ball game or something? Was there something like that? Listen, Lewis, honey, don't be telling me to read stuff, okay? I'm not going to pause everything I'm doing to read your comments, okay? I'm not. I just want you to know that. Okay. Yeah. No, see, listen. Okay. Yeah. So we can, you're going to get yourself timed out, Lewis. You're not the only person on here, you are. So look at this. 60 years ago, it was October the 27th of 1954, a typically crisp autumn day in Tuscany. The Fliento Club was playing ball. 10,000 plans were watching. Okay, that's it. I'll let this be a warning to anyone else who thinks they're going to come on this YouTube channel and hijack my live stream, okay? Hijack what I'm trying to share, try to capture the attention, just because they want to. I will block you. Yeah, because that obviously, this person obviously wanted attention and he just got himself blocked. That's right. It's fine. He's gone. I'll do it to every single person that does that. I promise I will. You want to come on here and do that? I will block you. No questions asked. You keep doing this and saying, tell this woman. First of all, that's very disrespectful because you're doing a speaking down to me comment. I'm not going to have no speaking down to me comment saying this woman. Yeah. Okay. So y'all, where were we at? This is where we were at. He needs to go get his own platform. 10,000 fans and one of the footballers at the pitch, they had something to say. This is the World Cup. Oh, wow. So they saw something. Everybody was looking up and there was some glitter coming down from the sky. They were astonished. Glitter coming down from the sky, you all. They suspended because the spectators saw something in the sky, according to the referee's match report. They remember clearly seeing an incredible sight. Multiple objects differs slightly from Magini's. They were very fast and they just stopped. It lasted a couple of minutes, and I would like to describe them as being like Cuban cigars. Cuban cigars, you all. So this is the cylindrical shaped ships. That's what they saw, cylindrical shaped ships, and that's what they call them, Cuban cigars. Wow. I didn't know that was that type, but that is the cylindrical shapes. Look at this. And you can see this object right here. Yeah. That's right. You see it? Right there. A wave of flying saucers over Italy, reported Dominica 3 years later. A wave of them is what it was. Yes, a total wave of them. Yeah. Boom. That's right. You all, as we continue, let's just say this. As we continue to hear more and more about UFOs, there's going to be people who want to come on here and try to disrupt it. Try to disrupt it. Okay, there is. So that's fine. I'm not going to play their game. I'm not. So we've got, this is happening, you all. This is real world events. You see, it's been documented for a long, long time. Look at these shapes right here. This was a sketch. This looks like the donut-shaped UFOs. You can see them right here. They're donut-shaped. That's what it looks like to me. Right there. Susan B. Honey, they are distractions. They gather together and they do their trail. They have nothing better to do because they don't got their own YouTube channel and they're not sharing information with others. They're not vibrating from a position of, they don't have love on the inside of them. If love was their frequency, they wouldn't do what they do. They are not of the light. They're not. They don't have the light of God's love living on the inside of them. Boom. So these, well, look at that. This is a sketch. It is a fact that the same time the UFOs were seen over Florence, there was a strange sticky substance falling from above. They call it angel hair, a sticky substance? Oh my. The only problem, after a short period of time, it disintegrates. A 10-year-old boy witnessed the phenomenon himself. In broad daylight, it covered in this white substance for 1 hour like snow, and then it evaporated. Wonder what that was. They described it, you all, similar to cotton wool or cobwebs. The substance was hard to collect because it disintegrated on contact, but some people were determined to find out what it was. One of them was a journalist. They reported seeing shiny balls moving fast toward the dome of the cathedral. They came across wood outside the city that had covered white fluff on it. He gathered several samples by rolling them up on a matchstick. The lab tested them, and it contained the elements of boron, silicon, calcium, and magnesium. And it was not radioactive. Unfortunately, it did not provide any conclusive answers, so they analyzed what they had found. A spectacle of angel hair. RFB posted about the web material that was found, Joe Blow. Wow. That is really interesting, you all. It really is. Spiders. If you remember, we did a video. We did a video of spider-like substances over the Middle East. It was like in the air on this YouTube channel when we doing a Google Earth thing, and it looked like cobwebs in the sky is what it looked like. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Bring up Don't Shape UFO, because we was looking at it. Thank you. I got myself distracted looking at these cobwebs. But yeah, the donut-shaped UFOs, you can see right here. I did document it. Found it on the Soho Lasco, and we've got an image, I think, pretty close near to here. Yeah, we got, oh, yeah, let's look at them. They're called sun dollars. Yeah, I did it. You can see them right here. I had put this in a little video. They're clustered around the sun. You can see them. Let me pause it. They're clustered around the sun, and they fly in the air. But this particular product of NASA, they discontinued this product, but that's what they saw in the air. This was documented back in 2007. So these also are in the sky. They're in the sky too, you all of these right here. Totally in the sky. So yeah, this is the documentation, and we do have on the ISWA, on this YouTube channel, there is an ISWA, NASA's ISWA playlist, and you can find all kinds of things like this on that particular playlist. It's Love You Too. It's that. But it does look like what these people drew right here in that flew over the stadium. So these people saw that, and then some other person said that they saw cylindrical like shape. This is like the oval shape UFOs too. So there's all kinds of things. Yeah, angel hair. That's what they said, angel hair. And they analyzed it. This stuff right here. It's called, you know who drops stuff like that? It's the insectoids. Is it the insectoids? They say if you are hearing a, my husband said he watched that movie, whatever it was, where the people got a fungus and they came near, you could hear the clicking sounds like that. That's what he said. Yeah, he heard that. The insectoids, insectoids and or, yeah, they make the clicking sounds, and the insectoids and spider webs, actually they're arachnids, spider webs, I guess, I don't know. Hey, okay, now I don't mean to say it like that. There was a movie, it's about like the War of the Worlds or something, remember? I don't know, I really don't know the name of it, but these people were hiding from these aliens, some kind of alien things that were trying to get them, and they made big cocoons. They made big cocoons that they would put the people in, and then they would like eat them or something. Something like that, remember? I don't remember name of it. Like you have like a District 9. Yes, you used to hear that clicking and you have to tell them to bug off. Yeah, my husband said he heard that's how those people in that movie that just came out, some kind of series, who get the fungus that grows and they turn into, I don't know, monsters or something, go like that. Someone said they used to hear that sound all the time in one of the comments section too. Oh, it was a Tom Cruise movie. Yeah, that's what Cocoon. Cocoon. Yeah. Body snatchers snatch your body. That's right. Susan B. Honey. What happened? What happened on here? Predator signs. Susan, did you go bye-bye? What happened to Susan? Yeah, there is a lot. Okay. There's a lot of respiratory things. Even the animals are having respiratory problems, is what they're having. So these are like spider-like beings. And you notice on the Lord of the Rings, they had the spiders that got them on their journey, and they was going to eat them. They was going to eat them. Oh, okay, that's okay. Yeah. So the Pentagon today, which is what they did, they shot down an 8-sided object over Lake Huron in Michigan. And they called it an aerial object. It was not an unidentified. They saw it close enough to tell that it had 8 sides to it. And they said, but it had strings attached. There were strings attached. Strings were hanging off. What if what was hanging off was not strings, but great big mechanical tentacle legs? What if it was that? Great big mechanical tentacle legs that when it lands, its body is up there at the top. Thank you, Matthew. Its body is at the top, and those are those big tentacle legs. Wasn't there a movie or something like that too? With that, well, I just remember it from a video, a movie or something, where those things, I guess they came up out of the ground or something, and they had those great big legs on them. But if those strings, if they could see an object up there in the sky 20,000 feet and saw strings hanging off, those strings had to be absolutely massive. At least bigger than my arm, probably bigger than my legs in diameter. Probably had strings maybe as big as the size of a tire on a car. Probably that diameter. If it was like 40 feet in diameter, I could picture something like that so that they could land. Yeah. So now we have to ask ourselves, are there any UFOs with legs? So those have legs. This is a black object. Somebody sawed. Does that got 8 sides? No, this looks like that black thing, but these have like pincher legs. You know that movie? There was a movie that came out. I watched it last year. It's about people got sent back, sent to the future because these great big gigantic insect-like beings, they were taken over the earth. Taken over the earth, and they had spiderwebby-like things, and this man goes back to the future, and he reports to the commander, which just so happens to be his daughter from way back in time, and he didn't realize it. Yes, Tomorrow's War, thank you. Did they have great big long legs, you all? Those things? Yeah. Oh, Michael, is the Super Bowl going? I've only watched it one time in I probably watched it 2 times because when we first moved back here to Indiana, probably around in the mid 2000s, under 2010, we watched the Super Bowl at my mother-in-law's house. And I watched it one time with my sister when she came to stay. Halftime. Oh, you don't want to watch this. You don't want to watch that. It's probably not very nice to watch, you all, but okay, we got some UFOs that have strings hanging off of them. Here in my Lamborghini, look, this right here, UFO down to Earth. Well, this could be a UFO with legs on Star Wars. Is that true, you all? Was there a UFO that had legs on Star Wars? Was there? War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds. Thank you. War of the Worlds. Oh my gosh, it's gonna have me a hot flash. You're right. War of the Worlds. You know, part of me wonders if that really actually, what if it really did happen? The War of the Worlds? Really think about it. What if it really did happen and they don't want us to know about it? And they write these books to try to tell us, because if you looked at that, that would look like it has strings hanging off of it. It does. It looks like it has strings hanging off of it. And if you think about that time that we went to Romania on a live stream, it was this salt cavern, abandoned salt cavern, and they put an amusement park down there inside in the Romania thing. And there were great big long mechanical like tentacles. They were reaching, and we thought it was a hydra, because they were wiggling like this, and they were going to the light source, to the amusement thing down there below. And we were documenting it, you all. And we got to watch it for 2 days, and that webcam came down. It came down. There was something in the salt mines. They got a thing on it right now. It's only 2 minutes long. It's just an advertisement. But there was something in there, and they shot it down. They closed it down, and we couldn't watch it anymore. But it had like tentacle legs that could move. It looked like tentacles. We thought it was a hydra because it was like wiggling, and they reached out really, really far, because that's a great big massive place down there. And the War of the Worlds. There's got to be something to this, you all. There really does. This looks like there's strings hanging off of that. It does. The big legs on these AI machines. You're next to the Lake Lone Wolf. Yeah. Yeah, something, yeah. Well, we can't defend against that. We can't. So if this is the case, your wealth is worthless. Your money is worthless. If this is the case, then you better pray to God for protection, and you better, I don't know, you all, your money is not going to save you in something like this. It's not. Because these got some strings hanging off of them too. If you look at them, and big old lights, the spotlights, look at these. I really hope it did not happen, and I hope that it doesn't happen. It's happening. What's happening? Celebrate. I mean, Celeste. They're benevolent. Drones and debris. Yes. The Ukraine president shut down the churches. Why did he shut down the churches? Is because they're a target for the aliens, for these unidentified eight-sided things with strings hanging off of them. Is that what happened? He saw some of those over there in their airspace, strings hanging off of them. Yeah. Let's see. It's a movie, and we don't have this kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. What if This stuff right here has been built secretly. Things like this. Because technology is so super advanced that stuff like this has been built, and it is hidden away in places that you would never imagine. And it's like in the Star Wars movie. Wasn't there an army that was secretly being built to, I guess, combat something like the Federation, whatever it was called? There was a secret army that was being built. If you're just tuning in, they shut down a thing over Lake Huron in Michigan. And it's up here, right over here in this area, just like this, just like that. And of course, there are UFOs have been around for thousands of years. There's descriptions of them. There are. There's etchings and stones. There's manuscripts. There's books that people have, old paintings and everything for thousands of years. They have been. But now, all of a sudden, UFOs are posing a threat. That's more or less, I guess, posing a threat. And I'm sure there's benevolent beings out there somewhere. There's bound to be, you all. Yeah, welcome. You had a light sight in Ottawa River 16 years ago. The Miratelli dispatched massive media gag. Wow, Andres. Media gag. You wonder if plasma was involved. A rumor of something major. Yes, we did. Yeah. Someone said that there was going to be a major announcement coming this week. A major announcement concerning like UFOs or something. And I think it was Reno or Nino Rodriguez, somebody said. He said some kind of announcement was coming, and I guess it was UFOs. I read it in a comment section. So I wanted to see if it is going to come to pass. And things are heating up, you all. The Serpent Mounds are in that area of Michigan. Argonne National Laboratory. Deep tunnel system that entrances were normal looking buildings. Because it was the flood. Was it the Tartarians? You think they're coming to save us? Well, if there's a UFO that comes in the sky, and if it's gonna have some negative energy, my body is in tune. My body is in tune, and I'm gonna feel it, and I'm not getting anywhere near it. I will not. I'm not gonna go up in no ship. If my spirit is unsettled in my being, I'm not going. I'm not, and I'll know it too. I'll feel it. A lot of people can feel negative energy. They'll feel it. They'll start getting sick to their stomach. If there's like a dark energy, you'll get sick to your stomach. You'll know, and you don't ignore that. If you see a UFO in the sky and you think, oh, they're coming to save us, and it gets closer, and you start feeling really sick to your stomach, and it's affecting your spirit in the wrong way, just take off and go hide, go somewhere. Don't go up in that UFO. Don't let them take you out. If it doesn't agree with your spirit, don't even go near it. Don't. Yeah. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. That's right. Really, it's true if you believe it. You think there was just another earthquake in Turkey? Well, we can check that out right now. We can come over here to the earthquake 3D. Let me pull it up right now. We're going to pull up earthquake 3D for you right now. Let's get the earth coming on here, you all. Let's get some earth on here. And let's do it. Let's go to Turkey. Can we go to Turkey? What magnitude was it? Do you know? Let's see if I think we've got a 4.7. Is that what you saw? 4.7. Is that Turkey? Let's make sure that that's Turkey, you all. Let's come over to Google Earth and type in Turkey to make sure we got Turkey on here, because you know, they say that UFOs can cause it too. So let's see if we can go to Turkey. We want to match it up. We're going to come over here and go to Turkey. Okay, there's Turkey right there. Let's see if that's where the earthquake is at. Yes, okay, you're right. It's in Turkey. It just happened. Today is a 4.7. You all can see that we are. Where'd we go? What happened to it? It moved on us. I wanted to go. Oh, okay, yeah. This is Turkey right here, right around this area. So yeah, an earthquake did occur, and I don't know if there's any other ones that have just now occurred. There's looked like there might have been some aftershocks in the area too. There's also an earthquake down here. An earthquake right here. A 5.1 down here. They said that they're expecting something to happen on the New Madrid. They said Indiana was long due. These are the ones that just happened today. Sorry, I'm using my cell phone, you all, but yeah. Let's come over here to the United States of America. Where is Arizona? Are they getting earthquakes here in Arizona? You all don't be, I hope they don't have an earthquake during the Super Bowl. Is that what's going on? The Super Bowl? An earthquake? I really hope they don't. I hope there is no prediction out there. A 7.8. You had one that was a 7.8. You're in Arizona, Tanya Womack. Yeah, David Nino Rodriguez. Thank you, Melanie Varen. Sending Arizona, yes. 4.7. Okay, 4.7. Super Bowl. No, that is if people's lives are at stake. No, you shouldn't wish ill on somebody. You shouldn't. If we can wish ill on, we could wish that the collectors come down and pick up all the evil off the earth. That's what we can hope. They come down and get the evil off the earth, take their tentacles and get all the negative energy, just clean the earth up. Well, these things that come out, they had tails like scorpions that came up out of the earth, didn't they? Tails like scorpions or something, or I don't know what they were. Ground in locust, yeah, locust. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, they had the latest object, and it was an 8-sided object that was brought down over Lake Huron in Michigan. And they said it is unidentified, but they know that it has 8 sides, and they know that it had some strings hanging off of it, so they know that. It's unidentified, but it's an octagon. Let's see, it's an octagon shape, 8-sided with strings hanging off, probably great big long legs, tentacles hanging off of it. No discernible payload. Well, it doesn't need payload because it's got these gigantic legs hanging off of it. That's his payload right there, you all. Oh my gosh, you all. Hello there. Thank you all for coming on here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The way that they talk about these, you all, it's really kind of wild. Manipulated earthquakes could be. And you can see the 8-sided UFOs. That looks really pretty right there if you see something like that. These right here, just think, this object, y'all just think about this. This object right here, and this is what it looks like when they show up on NASA's product, because they got the edges like that. They're seen in the skies. I've seen them in the skies too. These are also in the skies. So there's a whole lot. This really isn't a joke. And every object that's in the sky cannot be Project Bluebeam. It's impossible. These objects right here that are in the sky were the same objects that showed up on Google Earth because we documented it. Let's see if I can pull it up. I thought I marked Cubed Island. I thought I did, but I don't know if I did. Marked Cube Island. Yeah, there they are. There's the cubes right here, you all. So these are real. These are in the water. We thought they were just something different, but no, this is what you see flying in the skies also. These fly in the sky. They're on NASA. And I know they look fake, but there's big, long trails of them. They just go on for miles and miles and miles. And they arrived around 2018 is what they did. There's millions of them. And then people are documenting them in the sky. So really, this isn't a joke. The side of these are not a joke at all. And, you know, that would kind of match something like that, too, because that would be a square. But you can see them up here flying around in the sky. So they can fly in the skies and they can swim in the water, float in the water, you all. Yeah. Swarm of bats. Well, let's hope that swarm of bats don't swarm over your head one day. Really, let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope it does not swarm over your head one day and swoop down and take you home to their leader. Let's hope they don't. You know, this is on Google Earth, really. And we've done a video on this. Look how the water is dark and murky. Dark and murky. There you are. We talking about UFOs, and there's a Super Bowl going on. And I hope there is no Super Bowl prediction. Yeah. Super Bowl earthquake. I hope that there is not anything like that. No, oh my gosh, it's 50,000 people have died in Turkey. That's awful. It really is, and I'm sure they're still looking for survivors. Look at this. Using supercomputers to predict the massive earthquakes. A massive earthquake is coming to Cascadia, and it cannot be stopped. Did anyone see the video by Mary Greeley? People in the comment section were talking about the Cascadian area is what they were talking about. Cascadia, because the dry docks of some kind of, I don't know, naval area that they were evacuated for something. Hello. Yeah, I like her. I used to watch her. I used to listen to her or watch her on the video, and when we lived in Hawaii back in the 2000s, and here too. But something happened. Life happened, and yeah. Yeah, you don't want to watch it. Yeah, you do not want to watch it, you all. Oh my gosh, in 1880, excuse me, you all praises to the Most High. That's right, in Guam. Yeah, thousands a week. Yep, they're dying all over the place, you all. It's evil. I don't like it, you all. This shirt right here, I picked it up at the thrift store. I'm not a sports person. I'm not, and if I can get something cheap at the thrift store that's suitable, that's not wore out, I'll wear it. Yeah. I know it. No, I just now saw it. I thought I'd change shirts. There was people who would complain that, Gina, you have the same shirt on all the time. Your cut up, ripped t-shirts. Well, I do got lots of clothes. I just don't take the time to change. That's right. We might be the baddies, just saying. Well, we might be the bad people. It's televised in what? The Super Bowl is televised in Australia? Isn't that interesting, you all? Do you normally get to watch the Super Bowl? Is this the most coverage the Super Bowl has ever had? Because if this is the most coverage, I had to peck on here. Online, Super Bowl. Oh, Rihanna. Uh-oh. How many countries? How many countries will watch? How many countries will watch the Super Bowl? It's a sports league. It will be broadcast and viewed in 180 countries in 25 languages, including 9 languages, on site at the University of Phoenix Stadium, according to the NFL. Time zones will make the Super Bowl problematic for viewers in some countries. Look at that. Johannesburg, South Africa, Auckland, Monday, Munich, morning game. Sleep issues for workers. Australia is a nation, more than 23 million. Television audience of over 200,000 for the 2014 Super Bowl. It's rather rare figure. The Middle East. International figures are tabulate. The Super Bowl continually dominates television ratings for the U.S. in the last 10 years. The last 5 Super Bowls, 100 million mark. I just want to know if it's always been around. Why is this all around the world, you all? Really? Other worlds, world. Is that what it said, Frank Cooper? Other worlds, worldwide? Is that what it said? Other worlds, worldwide? You're watching Gina with my other crazy friends boycotting the nonsense evil. Well, I think that's absolutely wonderful, Derek. It really is. It's absolutely wonderful. Amazing chat. That's right, you all. Yeah, I don't watch TV either, so I think, well, I'm just going to come on here. I was going to look at the observatories because there are things flying around at the observatories, you all. They're in the sky and they're flying around. And they don't have legs dangling from them. They don't, but they're up there and they're kind of white. The world is watching America, Norma. That's right. Hello to everyone in Mexico. Yeah, harvest time. That's a song. Harvest time. Oh, wait. Oh, that was testing time, harvest time. So I'm going to take a testing time. This whole world is something. Testing time. I don't know, you all. So if you're just tuning in, they have shot down another UFO, and it could be a distraction of something else happening. It could be UFO shot down, UFO, maybe some kind of invasion is taking place and we don't know about it. An invasion is taking place. Yeah. I don't know. Where is an invasion taking place? Don't know, you all. I do not know. It's all right. So, the 13th tomorrow is significant. Is this when the, oh, they got a Pentagon briefing going on, you all? Let's see the Pentagon briefing. Let's get out of these let's get out of these legs up here in the sky. We can do the Pentagon press briefing, absolutely. Pentagon press briefing at defense.gov, because we can find it, you all. Now that's September the 22nd. Let's see, you can come over here to the Pentagon press briefing. We want to see all the videos. That's Secretary of Defense Austin Lloyd III. We've already seen that one, you all. You've seen that one. We've seen that one. That one. You can see, I want to get to the one with the unmanned aerial drones with Staff Sergeant Mickey. I guess you're not going to see it, you all. Was there really a briefing? The day the music died? The day the music died. It just died. It was no more. It said, it's a pretty song, but it's a sad song if you listen to it. It says, a long, long time ago. I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance, that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver. With every paper I'd deliver, bad news on the doorstep, I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love? And do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, now do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage bouncing buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. But I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. But that's not how it used to be when the jester sang for the king and queen, in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. And oh, while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned, no verdict was returned, and while Lenin read a book on Marx, a quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark the day the music died. We were singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Helter-skelter in a summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast, it landed foul on the grass. The players tried to a forward pass with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume, while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance. Oh, but we never got the chance, 'cause the players tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed the day the music died? We started singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. And and there we were, all in one place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack Flash set on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend. Oh, and as I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fits of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan's spell. And as the flames climbed high into the night to light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight the day the music died. He was singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play, and in the streets the children screamed. The lovers cried and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the three men I admire the most, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. And they were singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. So, wow, I didn't know all the lyrics of that, you all. That is a telling song. It speaks of an apocalyptic time, and it speaks of the devil, and it speaks about the church bells being all broken. So then you could say the sound of a harp would never be found in you again. The sound of a bride and bridegroom would never be found in you again. None of it would never be found in you again. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. Talking about flames and stuff, about a ball game and stuff. 8 miles high, and there's a nuclear fallout shelter. Yeah. Good evening, you all. Ah, that's great, you all. I didn't know how to say the rest of it. I probably did, but I know the chorus rhythm. We had to tell the humans, oh, they have to tell the humans what they're doing. You're tired of being tired all the time. I know it. That's right, you all. It's okay. Susan B., honey, you're kind of busy, but that's okay. You got it. You got it. That's right. We all got up to dance. So in February, that's what it says. February made me shiver with every paper I'd deliver. When I read about his widowed bride, something touched me deep inside the day the music died. His widowed bride. The bride was left. It was left here. Spirit Miracle, love that song. So you all, so this is, there's stuff going on. There really is. They shot down something else they did. And They'll probably hear some more UFO activity. Let's hope we have an uneventful Super Bowl, and totally uneventful Super Bowl. Super Bowl, really. Oh, oh my goodness. There are bad people. There are. There's bad people on the earth, and they're rotten to the core. They are, and we can't save them. We can't. And there are good people on the earth, and they're good to the core. They're not rotten. It's like a bad tree cannot bear good fruit, and a good tree cannot bear bad fruit. You will know them by their fruit. The good man brings good out of the good stored up within him, and the bad man brings bad out of the bad stored up within him. Yeah, we can say that about interdimensional beings. We can. We can, you all. Ah, the wheats and the tares, that's right. If you're all just tuning in, there's been another UFO sighting, and we're not watching the Super Bowl. That's a long game to watch, you all. It is. It's a terribly long game to watch. Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's, you know, Tuesday's also another holiday, other holidays in other countries too, but they don't call it Valentine's Day. Yeah. Look at the symbols and their numbers on these jerseys if you know. I don't know anything about football. I'm not really one who studies numbers at all. I'm not. I know that like I'm a life path number 11, and I've read up on what that means. And other than that, I don't know. I like, you know, when you see like all ones in a row, all twos in a row, you see matching numbers, that right there too. But things about numbers, yeah. Cylindrical ship they took down in Canada, and videos from the cars driving by it on a trailer. Wow. Look at, excuse me, McDonald and Heard Island. Where's it at? McDonald and Heard Island. MacDonald Island. I don't even know where it's at, but we can look at it. Let's see what it's going to take us. Go to McDonald Island. Where is McDonald Island? Oh. Let me tune it out. Let me see. Oh, let me see if I can do. I didn't even know there was a place called McDonald Island. Where did that come from? What is it? What's it doing? Why is it an island that is covered in ice? Never heard of it. What's supposed to be there at McDonald Island? What's this? Is there any cubes over here? Okay, there's no cubes, but it looks like a volcanic. Ooh, that's a really good picture. This looks like a volcanic area. The Macas. There's blood everywhere. Moral 22. Where is it at? Isn't that? This is really pretty. See, this looks so real. It does. It looks really real. Underwater stuff. Look at the frog on top. There's a frog. Where's the frog at? There's a frog on top of something, you all. I don't see a frog. Somebody said there's a frog on top of the island. I can't see it. I really cannot see a frog up there. Yeah, you got Mason Peak, Mason Pink, Mason Peak, Mason. I don't know these places. I have no idea about it. None of them. You are. You're looking at McDonald Island. Oh, Daisy Day, that's wonderful. It really is. The internet is good. It is. Social media is good for those people. Even for me too. It helps you connect with one another. It does. That way you don't have to sit around and be bored, right? Right. You don't have to be bored at all. Look like some fresh water right here. Nice water. Look like fresh water over here, which is nice. I wouldn't want to be on these islands. I wouldn't. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Lake Jane. What if we see a UFO over here, you all? We probably won't. It's, you got evidence. You got outside in South Haven. I don't know if any, I don't know where the peak of any of this stuff is. You can only zoom so close on these things before they put you in ground level. Until you come on the ground with this stuff right here. It looks like a nice place to hike, as long as you could get off of this rocky area. Really. Watch this. Let's do this, you all. Can we go to Hawaii? Let's do this. Okay, we went to go to Hawaii. We want to go to the observatories in Hawaii. Here they are. Is this them? Is this them? This is the observatories in Hawaii, you all. This is what it looks like. And those cylindrical shaped UFOs, they go down in the ground. They do. They go down in shafts in the ground. I wish this is NASA's telescope facility. This is, it kind of looks flat, but it's not flat. These other ones, where is the Subaru camera? There's the James Webb camera. I can't see the Subaru camera, you all. Mauna Kea. So, oh look, it's a volcano. They're going down inside the shafts in the volcano is probably what they're doing. Straight down into the volcanoes, those cylindrical ships. That's what they're doing. They're going into the volcanoes. James Webb, oh, I want to say James Webb telescope. Where is that one? See if we can identify the place that has the road. This is the infrared telescope, so can't really see it that well. But let's see if we could go to ground level. Okay, we're on ground level. All right, you all, we're on ground level at the observatory. So this is the cloud. These are the cameras that had the time lapse on them. These ones right here. The ones that are facing like the south. Okay, that's facing north. There's the north facing cameras right here. So this is good, you all. They got the north facing cameras because you can see this up here is going, this is going north. This is what it looks like going around the observatory. I think that we're at the south-facing camera right there. Even though it's not saying south, I think it's this, I guess it's the south-facing camera right there in Hawaii. Look how rocky it is, south-facing camera. The east. Look down below, you all, at this place. See some of the cameras. We should count all the cameras up here at the observatories is what we should do. How many cameras do they got? It's got 1, 2, 3, There's 3. 4. There's probably something in front of that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably got around 11 cameras. And there's other cameras too. Look, they got water. Where's the lava beds? What's those things? There should be some lava. When I was there, the lava was pouring into the ocean in Hawaii. Mauna Kea, this is where all the observatories are, you all. Look at that. That's pretty impressive. But there's probably some over here too. There are. They got their telescopes. They got their radars. Big radars pointing up into the sky. Your ears are raining. Yeah. Some of these. One of these that we went on to, we went to this thing right here. I think we went to here to see the cracks in the ground before in Hawaii. The fissures. That looks like lava. You're not supposed to bring back lava from Hawaii or any black sand, or the volcano god will get you. The volcano goddess will get you if you bring it back, because it's a big no-no. You don't do it. You don't bring back lava from volcano. Gina, honey, are you saying you did not bring back lava from Kilauea? I am not saying anything. I'm not saying anything about no lava, and I'm not saying anything about no black sand beach. I'm not saying anything about it at all. But it was really neat seeing the black sand beach. It was, you all. We got buffering going on. What happened, you all? Oh my goodness gracious. What I will say, when we visited the volcano, the heat from Kilauea was massive, massive. It's like sticking your face in an oven, is what it was like, walking on the lava fields of, oh, that's what they look like, you all. They're going to look like that. It's like a video game. Isn't this something? These are like video games. Exit the ground level. No, it's not buffering. You all, we're talking about the UFOs that, the last UFO was an octagon-shaped UFO. It was an 8-sided UFO shot down over the Lake Huron in Michigan. And they said it had strings dangling from it. Well, if their strings were dangling from it, the strings had to be probably as big as the width of the diameter of a car tire. And they were probably mechanical, like, because you wouldn't just have like dangling ropes from there like that. I don't think you would, really. And there was a report back in, like, it was like 1976 or something. There were reports of an octagon-shaped UFO, and it was 40 feet in diameter, and it had a red light underneath it. See, they didn't say anything about this having lights. They said, oh, it had some strings. Did they say strings? They called it strings. You know how big a string is? A string, this couldn't even be identified as a string. This cable cord, I would say that this would be like a rope. A rope, like maybe, I don't know. This would be called like a real thin rope. There's no way I could call it a string. A string would be the width of a car tire, the diameter, so on something that big. And because if it was this small, they wouldn't even be able to see it. So an 8-sided UFO that came down in Michigan, they shot it down, and it had strings attached, strings dangling from it. They didn't tell us how many strings they had dangling from it, you all. They didn't. They failed to tell us how many. But I bet it had at least 4 or 3, because you would need like you would need at least 3 legs. 3 legs like a tripod. 3 legs like a tripod, you all. Because, you know, you can mount something. A tripod has a flat top, and it has 3 legs, and it's able to stand, really. And, yeah, how many strings did it have attached to it? How many great big legs did it have, appendages coming off of it? And how long were they? Were they long enough for you to see them dangling? Really ask yourself, were they long enough for them to see them dangling? If there really is something like a War of the World type of UFO up there in the sky that does not have a balloon attached to the top of it, but it has legs dangling, which they called a string, and this right here is even smaller than a string. I would call a yarn string. I would call yarn string. Rope, this, what I got, I guess you could call it a rope, but it's a very, very thin rope. I don't know how big, if you were on a naval ship, how big the ropes are, a mooring rope that you would tie up the ship to, you know, when you're doing whatever. I'm sure those are great big massive, really. That's no leg, that's right. See, we having a CME on Valentine's Day. What does 111 mean to you? 111 is like angelic. It would be my life path number, side by side, 11 and 11. Other than that, I have no idea. Don't know. Yeah. Oh, there's lots of people who know about the cabal and all the other stuff. They just keep that on the inside of them. Look, listen to this. A fool himself is even thought wise when he keeps his mouth shut. A fool is thought wise when he keeps his mouth shut. That's pretty good, ain't it? Yeah. The number of the twin flames. Wow. That's 111 is the number of the twin flames. We don't have an airplane. They're testing us to see how we will react. Yeah. 111, you're on the right path. Testing their new technology. Could be testing their new technology because they got the aerial drones up there in the sky. They do, you all. So let's hope we have an uneventful Super Bowl. Is the halftime thing over? At that Super Bowl, you started seeing something all the time. Oh, okay. Lewis, people aren't that as gullible as some may think. They're not. Some people may play dumb, you know. So assumptions really aren't good to assume. It isn't, because assumptions could be quite wrong. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be okay, you all. We are. It's getting late. It's 9:15. Gina's been on here for 84 minutes. So 6 and 8 is around an hour and 20 some odd minutes. Oh, wow. Coffee time. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't want to drink coffee at this late at night. I really wouldn't. Let's see if Yeah, let's see if there's any more earthquakes that have popped up. There was only one up here in Alaska that showed up just now, right there at the top of Alaska. I wouldn't want to see a Cascadian earthquake. I wouldn't. 4.5 in Turkey. 4.4. Yeah. And hello. Homestead from something. You are talking about the tulip bulbs stock market, the stock market that was based on tulip bulbs. Is that what you're all talking about? That was the wildest thing I've ever heard, a tulip bulb stock market. Yeah. Oh, the Madrid, yes, they do. They keep hitting at the Madrid. They said Indiana is long overdue for an earthquake, is what it was. Oh, it is 12 in the afternoon in Guam. That's wonderful, Karen. That really is. Mm-hmm. Edsel, you wish somebody was listening to what you're saying. You're not lying. Well, you know, there is a lot of people on here commenting. And if your comment doesn't get seen, it doesn't mean that people are deliberately not listening. It's probably they can't see your comment. I know I don't see the comments if I don't look down at the comment section at a certain period in time and a comment catches my eye. It's buffering you up. Yeah, I'm going to go. Gina, you are scrolling. What's scrolling mean? When I'm looking here at this, I am so tired. I am literally just looking straight out back at myself in here and not paying attention to the comments until I look down. Because to read the comments at times, it makes me even more tired. So if you want to call that scrolling, I guess you could say it's scrolling. Love you too, Sassy Cindy. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Oh, you're so very welcome. Well, so we didn't watch the Super Bowl, but we found out that they shot down something over Lake Huron, in Michigan, and it was an 8-sided octagon-shaped UFO, which had strings hanging off of it. Thank you, Susan B. Yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And with that being said, if something else happens and I hear about it, I'll come right back on here. I will. I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll wake up. I'll be awakened from my sleep. I'll come on here and do a live video so we can stay updated. That's right. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Good night. Love you.